Hey everybody, what's up y'all? Welcome back to my channel, Tammy Talks here. Let's go ahead and talk Married at First Sight, Season 15, Episode 3. Ain't no wedding like a West Coast wedding. Alright? So for those of you that are brand new to my channel, I do breakdowns of various TV shows, both scripted and reality, interjecting my own thoughts, opinions, and theories into each and every recap. So if you enjoy that type of content, please consider subscribing to the channel, thumbsing up the video if you enjoy this particular piece of content, and then hop into the comment section, y'all, so we can talk about everything that happened on tonight's episode. So let's do Justin and Alexis. So Alexis, Alexis said that she likes Justin because he's a perfect match for her. He said that he allows her to just be free. Y'all have known each other this long. This long. This long. This long. Y'all don't know each other. What do you mean he allows you to be free? Y'all have been married for like 2 hours. Okay, Alexis. She said that while she's a firecracker, he's a lot more balanced. So she thinks that that's going to be a good mix for the two of them. Okay, girl, sure. So Justin's brother comes up to him and said that after talking to Alexis, he no longer has any reservations. Because Alexis was saying her she's gonna show up and show out in her marriage and all this yada yada yada, a bunch of talk because it is the first day. So everything that everybody says is of course going to sound good because we want to make sure that what we're saying sounds good for the relatives. Not to say that Alexis is not being sincere, but it has been 30 minutes. Everybody's all talking the first episode, right? Didn't Michael and Mika, didn't Michael say that he was going to show up and show out for her too? Didn't Brandon and Taylor, didn't they say something along those lines in regards to their family as well? I just feel like that's what we hear from people. So Alexis goes up to Justin's friends and asks for the cheat code. What is what are some things that I can do to really get in good with Justin to make this marriage work? His first friend said, "Don't attack his character. That's what he stands on." And then his other friend chimes in, "Yeah, because he's sensitive," and she made such a face when he said sensitive. I think there's a big stigma of when someone says that they are sensitive, the way that the reaction comes about it. When some women hear that a man is sensitive, they don't know how to take it. Remember back to Miles and Karen. Karen heard that Miles was kind of sensitive, and she immediately was like turned off and turned herself off from him before even really getting to know him. And now that she has opened herself up, they seem to be doing very well in their marriage. And I think that Alexis heard sensitive and immediately was like, like she didn't know what to do with it. So they then asked if she is a ride or die for Justin. Absolutely not, because I don't know him. I just met this man. So when Alexis was like, dying is a bit much, I felt that. Why would she be ride or die for somebody that she just met? Why? 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 Like, I get why they're asking because they are, because they are married now. But I think we have to use a little bit of common sense about a lot of this stuff. They just met. Of course they're not ride or die. This is something you ask somebody that has been dating for a year, they've been engaged for another year, and then now they're getting married. You ask those people, are you ride or die for this person? Don't ask the girl who just met this man 30 minutes ago. She's not willing to die for him. She's not. And if she was, I would be questioning her sanity. But she's not. So Alexis' sisters are talking to Justin, asking how is he going to protect her. And Justin was like, well, because after God, she comes next. And so they're like, yes, yes. And I'm like, okay, okay. So then after that, they're saying that they want to see action. We don't want to hear all the chitter chat, okay? We don't want to hear all the bumping of the gums. We want to see actual action because that's how you know that somebody is really meaning what they're saying. Anybody can talk, but it comes down to what you are actually saying and putting forth into the universe with your actions, that people can really see if your intentions are pure. So Alexis apparently is the baby for her sisters. So her one sister was like, okay, so first you got to get through me. And then, once you get through me, you got to get through Big Sis here. Then the other one. And Justin looked legit scared. And one of Alexis' sisters told Justin, she was like, look, I'm going to give y'all the respect that y'all need to have the privacy that y'all deserve in your marriage. Howsoever, if my baby sister calls me, I'm coming. And you know what that means. When somebody says, if so-and-so calls me, I'm coming, it's not going to be to come over with popcorn and pleasantries. So I think that Justin is going to do his very best to do right by Alexis, because Justin seems very smitten with her. He's very attracted to her. He's very into her in every facet so far. He's smitten. So hopefully that takes on and that works out. So we get this very cringe-worthy scene of Justin taking off the garter. So we see that Justin doesn't have rhythm. He had a little shimmy action going, like he was a Kappa. I said, let me find out, cause I just knew he was gonna shimmy, but it didn't. It didn't work for too long. And then he did this like weird like scoot hop thing on the ground, and I like the level of embarrassment that I had to look down and take a sip of my Pepsi. It was too much for me. Just go get the garter off. Then Alexis is saying how she's uncomfortable because she has her husband here and her mother there. That's what happens at weddings. People take the garter off. That's what happens. But it was a cute little scene for them. They seem to really be enjoying one another, which is great so far. I can admit I was initially wrong. I didn't think she was gonna like him. She does seem to like him. I admit when I'm wrong. I was wrong so far. We'll see if it comes back full circle in the end, but I was admittedly wrong so far. So Justin is talking to some of his friends and they're asking him if they gonna get it popping tonight. And Justin said that based off of like Alexis's vibe and what he has learned about her so far, he thinks they're gonna just lay in bed and talk. He doesn't think they're gonna have sex, and he's excited to do that, just to have that time with her, to get to know her, to talk to her. That's how you can really connect with people. When you're laying in bed with someone and it's just the stillness of the quiet room around you and you guys are talking, those are some of the best ways to get to know somebody, whether it's post-coital or pre-coital, whichever one. So, meanwhile, over on Alexis's side, she's saying ain't nothing happening because he's celibate. Alexis might be ignorant because I think she thinks that I think Alexis is misconstruing celibate with abstinent, because she's making it seem as if him being celibate means that he is never going to ever have sex again in life. And that's not what that means. He's now married. So if he's going to break his celibacy, it would be now because he's married. I think the real thing is Alexis needs to have a conversation with him. Find out what his intentions are with being celibate. Find out why he wants to be celibate. What caused him to be celibate. Have that conversation. Because once you have that conversation, then you can move forward and you'll be able to see, oh, okay, so he was celibate because, and then you know how to move accordingly. But you didn't already yelled it out to the whole damn reception anyways, so why do you... Justin's friends are then saying about how he should be wanting to, consummate with her because it would be love making. No, it's not, because they're not in love. And I think people really need to stop trying to class it up. If they were to have sex that night, they would be fucking. That's not love making, because neither one of them is in love. I need people to learn the difference. And I feel like these grown ass men that are on here that are his friends should know the difference. And they kept saying it over and over and over and over. And I was like, this is hard to watch. It's cringy. Everything about this scene, I was ready for it to be over. Justin then says that he is so ready to love her. He can't wait to love her the way that she has always deserved to be loved. He wants to love her to a point where she has never been loved before. And it's like Justin is so smitten, and I really hope that he does not get his heart broken. I am like fingers crossed. As annoying as Justin was, talking about his package and talking about how he was a piece of meat to some of these hussies out here, I really hope that, because he is so all in. I really, 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 really hope that he does not get his feelings hurt, because Lord, this might break him. This absolutely might break him. So then once they get back up to their room, Alexis said that she's the baby, and because of that everybody spoils her. um and Justin was like, I can see that. I can definitely see that. So then she said something. They got on the subject of her grandmother. And she was like, yeah, my grandmother did too. And I'm her namesake. So she was like, my grandmother's middle name. My grandmother's name was Grace. My middle name is Grace. And then Justin was like, you won't believe this. I always said if I had a little girl, if I had a daughter, I wanted to name her Grace. And I said, oh, Justin. While that might be true, let's not get too deep yet. Let's not get too deep yet. Let's hold on a little bit so we can get a little perspective. Justin really needs to get a lot of perspective into everything that he's saying and doing. Because some of this stuff that he's saying is just like, slow down. So Alexis, ignorant ass, said that she doesn't want boys because, she doesn't want girls. She wants boys because there's less chance of them being hoes. Less chance of them being hoes. Less chance of them being hoes. Okay. Okay, sure, girl. I'm not even gonna address that because that entire situation should have never happened. That statement shouldn't have happened. Everything that's going to be heard should be obvious, completely obvious. But all right then, girl. So Justin said that he wants a little girl because he wants he wants like a daddy's little girl type situation. Okay. So then Justin is saying then Alexis mentions how she has seen him on the dating app before. And he said, nah, not me. She said, I remember that face, and then you mentioning something about being 7 feet tall. She said, but she's okay with that. That's kind of in the past. She's not tripping about it. While Alexis goes and gets her clothing off, gets her dress off, Justin said that it's hard for him to remain celibate, and he is hard as a rock right now. We didn't need to know that. We didn't. We see them get in bed. They're kissing. They might have sex tonight. Who knows? But they are very, very into one another. That's all I can say. So let me know what you guys thought about tonight's episode with Justin and Alexis. Hop down in the comment section. If you have not already, don't forget to like the video and subscribe to the channel. Peace.